Hey everybody, Ed here at Top of the Line Training, and just out enjoying the woods today. So I thought it'd be a good time to go through my pack, some kind of pack I'm carrying, gear, go through my gear and all whatnot. So this will be what's in my pack video. Stay tuned. Let me get everything set up. I'll be right back. Hey guys, Ed, Top of the Line Training. Just like I said before, I'm out in the woods today, just enjoying the woods. Going to do a few, little bit of bushcrafting and have a lunch and whatnot. Sort of got jacked around today coming down because the road, the two-lane road was flooded out pretty bad. And I'll put a video up of that just to give you a glimpse. Pretty bad conditions, but I went around the back way, made it down, so everything's going well. So going back to the subject of what's in my pack. Today, the pack I'm using is the Frost River Summit 190. I've done a review on this pack before. I'm just bringing it out again and you know, using it because number one, it's an awesome pack. It's made very well, and it's about the right size for a day pack, maybe a 3-day. I could probably do a week out of this if needed. But it would have to be packed really well and whatnot. But you'd have to really concentrate on how you're packing it and whatnot, because it gets tight quick. That being said, things that, of course, the camera was in my pack, and this tarp was in my pack. I usually don't come to the woods without one of these grabber reusable space blankets. Save your life if needed. You can make a nice shelter out of them. Great for laying on, setting things on, whatnot. Really good piece of kit. But anyway, let me just go over quickly what other parts that I have with me today. It is unloaded. Is my Thompson Center Pro Hunter with the turkey barrel on it, and I changed out the choke to a modified, so I don't have the turkey choke in it. But it's modified. I'm going to do some calling later on today, so try to call in some coyotes and whatnot, work on the population there. So that's the main kit there. I don't have a lot of rounds with me, maybe about 6 or 7, mainly in my pocket here. Here's my Haversack. I'll go through the contents of that. This is just a cotton tinder bag from Kuyu. Some of my clothing came in it. I have a bunch of tinder in it, in plastic bags. It's full of silver birch bark, cedar bark, or cedar, fat wood, tulip poplar, all kind of stuff. Just, I don't normally carry this big thing around like this, but I want to do some testing on some of this stuff and get it burning. So that's that. Got a bottle of Gatorade. And I got some wet wipes and stuff in here, as well as this is part of the MEST Tarp system, and I will be doing a review later on today on this, but right now I just threw it in here to get it up. Also, always in my haversack, I always carry a trash bag, and this folded up and slid up into the lid here. It's a 3.3 mil Gorilla brand trash bag, really heavy duty. Again, if you don't have anything else, rain gear, overhead cover, a mattress full of leaves, whatnot. So that's what's in there. Here is my mother canteen carrier. It houses the heavy cover canteen and cup. And I also have the Pathfinder grill in the bottom of there, or the canteen shop, now Lost Wild Outdoors or something of the nature. In here, I don't really have this set up properly. I got the, because I took some things, I had it running last month, and then I went home, took some things out. Mainly I just grabbed it for the water. But I got my farmer tethered in. I've got a sharpening rod, got some cordage, 36 bank line, just a hank of that, I got a wet fire in there, got a couple coffees. That's that. In the side pouch over here, got a spoon, got a couple pieces of fat wood, have a lighter as well. And on this pocket side here, I have the fish mouth spreader with a big hank of 550 cord. And then on the bottom, I have the MST Tarp with a couple of tent pegs that came with it. Now, like I said, I'll do a full review on this coming up soon. It's a really nice system. And going back to this canteen, the mother of all canteen covers or carriers, I mean, it's the mother canteen pocket. Really nice. Just take this, and I do also have a S-beater on the back. You just take this. I could, pack this up a lot better than it is. And you just take this out on a hunt. This, maybe a haversack. You could have a lot of items to carry for survival. Anyway, so that's that. Let me raise up here, man. My knees are hurting sitting down like this. Getting old. So anyway, this is the Summit 90 by Frost River. Got two external pockets, two slip sleeves here, and a front zipper pouch, and a zipper pouch in the lid flap as well. Optional, two leather straps you can get, which this is where I carried the tripod in for the camera. But going into this here in the slip side or slip sleeve, I have the Jeff White 18th century trade knife. Awesome little knife. I would not use it as a primary knife, but as a backup knife, or if I had, say, example, with me an axe or a heavier knife, something like that. Definitely, this thing is really nice. I did a full review on this. Make sure you check it out. It's about I've had this knife for about 3 years now. It has never failed me when I used it. I have done some batoning, if you will, with it. It worked fine. This is a knife sheath, sheath I made for it. This is my first ever sheath. It came out fairly well. There are a few mistakes in it and whatnot, but overall it came out very well. Very pleased with it. Got a piece of fat wood carry in there. I will, speaking of fat wood, I will say this. Really no excuse not to have some with you, at least one piece. You can do small shavings with this and get a fire going pretty much no problem. Today is very damp conditions. I will be doing that later on, but a piece of fat wood could save your butt big time. It's a great fire starter, and to be honest with you, I have, like I said, in my canteen pouch there, I have a wet fire, and I do use some of the other what do you call micro infernos, mini infernos. I have both of those. I have wet fire, and I've had a couple other ones. But to be honest with you, some good bark, fat wood, these are really hard to beat as far as getting the fire going. It's starting to snow a little bit. Nice. Also down in here, I always carry at least one of these with me. Your normal store grocery bag. Primary reason for this is what I carry it for. If I do something with my gear and I mess it up, I can always throw it down in here, then put it in my pack. It saves my pack. Some people might say, oh, you little sissy, you're afraid to mess your pack up. Well, yeah, this pack costs a few $100, and I have a lot of packs. Believe me when I say that. And I've had a lot of packs. I've got rid of some of them. But the main thing about it is I take care of my equipment, my gear. I was raised that way, to take care of all my stuff best I could. When I was growing up young, I always tore my stuff up, and my mom and dad was always on my ass whipping it and whatnot because I would break my stuff, and I learned the hard way. and then a lot of times, you don't have it. So take care of my stuff. Yeah, I can always wash it and whatnot, but why go through the hassle when I can throw one of these bags in here and throw it in there? That being said as well, you can gather stuff with this. You can jam it full of stuff, make it a pillow if you need it. A lot of different uses for it, as long as it doesn't tear up. You take care of it, keep it out of the briars and limbs and whatnot. Be fine. I'm just going to jam it back down in there for now. Like I said, I always have one of those with me in all my bag, even my EDC bag at work, things like that. You never know what you can use it for to carry things in. This other side here, Baco Laplander. You're going to hear me say my normal saying when I talk about the Baco. I don't go to the woods without it. It is a key piece of equipment. It's lightweight. I can buck wood with this, limbs and whatnot, get them down to baton size or fire size, whatnot if needed. And hey, can't beat it. Here's another knife I brought with me to review. I was going to do this last month, like I said, but I slid into the ditch and sort of ended the whole trip on that note. But it is the Pathfinder Buffalo Skinner. I think it's a Pathfinder knife shop. I really am getting more into the butcher knife type blades for going to the woods with. They're lightweight, they're reliable, they're made well. The only thing about this one here, it's a replica of the butcher knife that Canterbury carries. However, they've put a little bit of oomph in it, and it's probably about 1/8 of an inch blade spine here, and so it's a little more, if you will, heavy duty. Razor sharp from the maker. 2-pin handle, looks like oak, might be hickory, but nice sheath come with it. Actually, it didn't come with it, you had to buy it. And if I would have gotten into knife sheath making at that time frame, I never would have bought this. Although it's a nice sheath, it's going to work well, it's going to do what it needs to do. But like I said, it could save me 30 bucks. Anyway, that's that. Okay, so that's the 2 slip pockets. I'm going to get this moving along a little bit. So here I have a 12-ounce screw-off lid with some cotton patches in there. This is going to be my new char cloth fire tin. It will have, I will be carrying flint and steel in there, extra ferro rod, mullein plant pith, fat wood, even some of the Micro Inferno fire starters, and just keep it all in there. Here I have a little Possibles pouch. That's all that's in here, in the Possibles pouch, real quick. Here is my Jeff White leather wallet, if you will. It houses my tobacco tin. Real nice patina on that thing. Use this many times. I love this. The only negative to it is if you wanted to, I guess you could if you had to, but if you wanted or needed to make char cloth, you really, you couldn't. You're gonna jack up the lens. I also have a piece of birch bark in here that I can also use as a fire starter if needed. I just brought this along. I usually carry this to the woods, not always, but usually I do. It's all one package. I've got a ferro rod in there. I've got flint and steel. Got a lot of charred material, things like that. So I just keep it in this wallet. Keeps it secure. As well, some tissue. I have my Crow lighter. I don't go to the woods without my lighter holder. Usually every fall I'll put a new Bic lighter in here. I like to get a different color than the leaves and whatnot, like yellow, blue, red, whatnot. That way I can find it. small roll of Gorilla Tape, 1 inch, whistle, compass, thermometer, and magnifying glass on a lanyard. Never know, this comes in handy. You could be here yelling your butt off at somebody walking through the woods. They may never hear you, but you blowing that whistle, good chance they're going to hear you. So that's a key item. Roll or tube of chapstick or lip balm, and a T20 Olight flashlight. Try to always go to the woods with the light as well. I'm just going to put the small items back in here because I don't want them to roll off. You always try to go to the woods with a light. I don't care what kind it is. A lot of people preach the headlamps. I love them. They're great. I usually do. But again, this is just a day trip. So I just brought one flashlight and that's it. Other side pocket. Got a beanie. A couple of fig bars there for snacking and whatnot. I have my Leatherman Surge. This is the only one I recommend. Awesome piece of equipment. Small roll 36 bank line, and a tinder pouch full of birch bark and tulip poplar bark that's been processed. Oh shit, stretching out that leg. Okay, front zipper pocket, got some nasal spray, got some more coffee, got a little writing tablet, got some apple cider, sharpening stone, heavy duty ferro rod, duct tape around the top with jute twine, rolled in a cordage manner. I have a small first aid kit, mainly band-aids and some medicine like painkillers, cough drops, and ammonium nitrates, things like that for upset stomach, and 1 ink pen. Okay, throw this back in there. Okay, main body, top lid, got the Trees of Ohio, little manual. This is one of the best tree identification manuals or books I've ever seen. Very easy to use. It gives you all kinds of different ways to identify, not only with colored pictures, but it talks about the fruit, the bark, the leaves, etc. And then it talks about the tree itself. Awesome guide to have. Highly recommend it. But I do believe they make those for almost every state now. Trees of Illinois, Trees of Ohio, West Virginia, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they're all the same for the most part. Yeah, there's some trees that you're not going to find in Ohio that's in Illinois, vice versa. I sort of doubt it, but anyway, there may be one or two, but the main thing is you're going to find your oaks, you're going to find your walnuts, you're going to find your tulip poplars, maples, etc., sassafras and whatnot. So, you know. All right, so in here I have my shemagh. Inside there I have the Pocket Rocket, MSR Pocket Rocket stove. Main reason I got with a canister, gas canister, main reason I have that is if I'm on the trail, walking along, want to sit down, make a cup of coffee, I don't have to build a fire and whatnot, fire it up, connect it up to the gas thing, fire it up. I got hot water in about 2 or 3 minutes, ready to drink. Shemagh, I like it better because number one, it's big. You can do different configurations with this around your head, keep yourself warm, whatnot. Here I have 4 tent pegs, plastic tent pegs. They're lightweight, easy to carry, awesome for setting up shelters and whatnot. Here I have my Crazy Creek Outfitters chair, ground pad, knee pad. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put my knees down in this sucker right now. But ground pad, knee pad, chair. It's an awesome piece. Very lightweight, easy to carry, easy to use. I try to go to the woods with it every time I go. Another trash bag, 3 mil. Pathfinder Tarp poncho. Awesome. Really nice. I really like it a lot. Lightweight for the most part. Very versatile. You can do many things with it. I have 2 bungees wrapped around it for immediate hookup with the tent pegs. Spike the rear end part of it. Then hook up the top front with the bungees and then tie it off later with cordage if needed. Here I have the Pathfinder bush pot. I just got this. I was going to do a review on it last month, but like I said, slid off into the ditch. Small titanium cup for coffee and whatnot. And then I have a signal mirror with a bag of cordage and another lighter. If you notice, that's 3 lighters I have on me. I have a ferro rod, I have things to get a fire going, etc., etc. Bush pot, I'm going to try to do that today, see what happens. Very nice, I'm very impressed with it, but we'll see how it goes. Oops, that didn't work out too good, did it? Oh, if I mentioned, I have my beanie and whatnot here as well. Here in a wax container, I have the, I think they call it the Pathfinder cook set or something of nature. Basically, I'm making a fire real soon, man. It's getting chilly up here. But I have the wax container. I have a pack of tuna in there. And then I'm just going to pull one out with saying, I got 7 of these. I did a full review on it. You can check it out. But here I just have some jelly and syrup because I'm going to make some Johnny cakes, I believe. But they're 16-ounce containers. Screw off lid, lock it in, and they just stack in there. You can actually put a full, you could probably pack a full week's worth of food in one of these things. You know, like pasta, soup mix, bannock, mixed together already, ready to bake, stuff like that. So you have all that. And last thing I believe is the Pathfinder grill. Awesome. It's a light. It's got a little bit of weight on it. Not bad though. And great. You get a fire going. Set that grill in it. For example, in this case, put the grill up. Put the pot right on it. Cooking. That's it. That's all that's in here. So that is my what's in your pack video 2018. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, share, pass it on. Big thing is, I haven't made a lot of videos in the past few months. I've been busy with hunting, work, and just getting into the woods. So with that being said, make sure you stay tuned for more videos. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, like, share.